Hi everyone! In today's video, I have a guest.
Hello!
My longtime childhood friend named Isabella, and she's here to tell you a little bit more about her Finnish language journey.
Yes.
Okei, me tehdään tää kohta suomeksi, että me puhutaan vähän suomea tässä alussa.
Niin, eli mä oon Isabella. Mä oon puolet perulainen ja suomalainen, eli mun isä on Keuruusta ja mun äiti on Perusta, Limassa. Mä muutin tänne, kun mä olin 11-vuotias ja mä oon yhteensä koko elämäni aikana asunut Suomessa. Jotain 10 vuotta.
Niin, ainakin 10 vuotta.
Ja mä uskaltin myös, että se olisi.
Eli
niin.
sä osaat puhua englantia ja
Suomea ja espanjol también.
Ooh.
I know, fancy. Kiva olla täällä Katjan YouTube-kanavassa. Kun mä oon kattonut sit aika paljon, niin se on kiva myös nyt.
Eka kertaa olla myös
Niin, mä olin
mukana.
yhdessä videossa mä olin auttamassa kameran toisella puolella.
Kameran takana
Niin,
auttamassa mua.
Käyttämässä tätä kameraa. Se on aika siistiä. Nyt mä oon sen toisella puolella. Niin.
Kameran edessä.
Niin, maisemat vaihtuu. Very Finnish saying.
Maisemat vaihtuu.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means?
Means the landscape changes.
Different scenery.
Yeah, scenery, that's it.
So basically I invited Isabella here to chat a little bit about her Finnish journey. So like you said, in Finnish you moved here when you were
11.
quite young, 11 years old, and explain what your Finnish level at that time was, because you're half Finnish. But...
Yeah, so I always spoke Finnish with my dad. So basically my Finnish was like, I'm hungry, I want food, or just very basic child, like father-daughter interactions when you're a child in Finnish, and then that was basically it.
Because you lived in Mexico before, so you
Yeah.
were using more Spanish at the
Yeah,
time?
yeah, so I grew up even though I was technically, I was born in Finland, but my first language is Spanish, because that's where I kind of actually grew up. Yeah, it was a weird switch from Spanish to Finnish. I was put in Finnish B, which is, there's A level and B level, but I honestly feel like I didn't learn any Finnish in any Finnish classes that I went to. I don't know why. I don't think that's the best way to learn a language. I think it's funner to actually speak it rather than be writing grammar stuff all the time. I don't think you get that far. Obviously you need the grammar because you need rules and to kind of understand them, but yeah, I think how my Finnish has improved the most has been quite recently, because I've been working in Finland. Again, in international settings, but still Finnish dominates. If there's Finnish people around and they can speak Finnish, they will speak Finnish. So I've gotten pretty good at Finnish now.
So is it more in the workplace where you're speaking Finnish with these people, or is it more listening to the Finnish, or what is it exactly that?
It's the speaking. I think I'm the having to articulate my thoughts and also respond to things or describe things. So yeah, again, I was saying, the speaking, I think makes the big difference in how comfortable you feel with the language, and also I've been trying to read the news more and all these other kind of things that I can get in Finnish, because it just takes a little bit of effort. I have to just force myself to read it, because then I load up the web page and there's so many long words, and I'm oh no, I'd rather just read it in English.
Sure, so you can relate.
Yeah, it's just endless text and it just looks so boring. But then if I do the little bit of effort, I've noticed I've gotten better at I don't have to have that initial, I have to think about this. It's just, I start reading right away without having to think about, Finnish.
Do you have any tips you might want to give people who have a quite basic foundation of Finnish, but they want to take it to the next step? Maybe they're a bit shy to be speaking Finnish, or feel a bit uncomfortable actually taking that next step and having conversations in Finnish.
Maybe reading more in Finnish, so just news or whatever you read online, but also media, you could try watch shows. I know Yle, it has lots of pretty decent shows, and they're all in Finnish, so, and Finnish subtitles, and I think that kind of thing is probably like the easiest way to start like improving and feeling like also getting the slang. That's also been quite tricky. Like that, even if you know how to speak Finnish really well, like because you've like studied it, if you're put out into the wild world of Finland, you're gonna have some problems because it's different, very different. So yeah, that's why I think like TV shows are quite good because it's more relaxed as well.
You can hear how people are actually using Finnish more naturally.
Definitely,
in daily
definitely.
life.
And also like just like Finnish YouTubers as well. There's like some people that will like interview people on streets and they definitely speak like proper like puhekieli. And it can be hard to actually find people to practice Finnish with. So maybe like language cafes as well. I've never been to one, but maybe that's another good way.
Yeah, because there's definitely a strong stereotype of Finnish people being hard to befriend.
Yeah.
So I know I've heard this from some international friends, some people on my YouTube channel that express their concern either before moving here or once they're here that it's difficult to actually find Finnish friends and not stay in an international bubble.
Yeah. Definitely. I think like I think I've seen as well like if you have some like specific kind of hobby, maybe then you'll meet more like Finnish people as well. But then again, it's like you have to like think about what that space is like for them. So like maybe for you it's like a hobby space and also like a space to meet people. But maybe for a Finnish person, it's literally just a hobby space and not there for socialization. You know, it can be a bit hard. I think it can be hard and maybe a bit demotivating. But at least like if you know that everybody else, like it's not just you or one person that it happens to. It's like even us who are half Finns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we wanted to address grammar, which might be the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
I know Finnish language is famous for having pretty tricky grammar, and as you guys are all probably aware of by now, I'm quite nervous about making grammar videos because I find it difficult to even explain them because it's just
do you understand why they are
I don't understand why like the cases especially. I know people are very eager for me to continue that series, but I just because how I know it is it sounds right, therefore to me that's how it should be, but to actually explain the rules and understand them, that's just a completely different story.
Yeah.
So how have you dealt with this topic?
Pretty badly. Like my grammar is also like, I mean that's I think where I make the most mistakes is like my dad will try to correct me with like the end of words, but I just never remember which one's the right one. But like my point still comes across because the main word is right, so people just understand anyways, which is why I've been able to slide by not knowing any of the grammar rules at all. That's why my written Finnish is also pretty trash because I don't know the grammar rules, and that's something I have to work on. And I was like, I'm not really sure how I'll do that, but maybe by reading more in Finnish. I don't think it's meant to be easy. I don't think there's a way to make it easy, unfortunately.
But just know, even if you are bad at grammar, you can still get by and, speak conversational Finnish in everyday life. So it's possible. And then, like, in your everyday life, what Finnish phrases do you think you use the most?
I mean, I realize I use, like, it's not a phrase, but, like, my the sounds that you make when you're, like, they become more Finnish, like, oh, or like, oh, nee, or like, ah. Maybe like the question words, because then I think like that's most of the times if I speak to someone random in Finland, it's usually I have like some kind of question like, onko se bussi mennyt? Like, has the bus already gone by? Especially in the winter. That's a good one to know.
Okay, well, if you have any more questions, do leave them in the comments and we can reply to them.
Yes. In Finnish, maybe.
We can reply in Finnish. But yeah, big thanks to Isabella. Kiitos, kun tulit mun kanavalle.
Kiitos, että sain olla täällä.
Ja nähdään ensi videossa.
No niin, moi moi.
Moikka!